Hey guys, this is gonna be sort of a different style of video than what I usually do, mostly just because I'm kind of lost on what I really want to do with this channel, to be honest. So yeah, I don't really know what to post anymore. The zombies community is sort of at a standstill. We have half of us fighting over whether or not we like this new, stuff coming out. Okay, let me dial it back. So a few weeks back, I think it's been, God, time really passes by when you're not really involved with the community anymore. But yeah, there was a Modern Warfare 3 trailer that came out, and I'll be honest, it's the new stuff's just not for me. And there's nothing wrong with that inherently. I'm glad people who like Outbreak have more to, toy with in the future. But it does kind of suck that the thing that you've been following for a long time goes in a direction you don't, aren't really a fan of, because it's something you used to love and it's changing. But I guess that's life when you really think about it. Something you may have been, loving for such a long time ends up evolving into something you no longer like. I don't know. I didn't mean for this to become super deep or philosophical, but I kind of tend to go to places like that when I get to ranting. But back on topic. So, new stuff came out. Not a big fan of it. So I decided to go back to a game that I do like. And yes, believe it or not, I do actually like Black Ops 4. I think it's a pretty solid game, all things considered. And honestly, I'm kind of tired of seeing BO3 everywhere. Like, don't get me wrong, it's definitely the set precedence, the standard, because I mean, even I can't deny it's probably the best zombies game. But I don't know, just it's nice to go back to something that it's a little different. And who knows, maybe I'll feel that way about Cold War or even Vanguard in the future. Okay, maybe not Vanguard, but yeah, it's nice to go back to something that isn't the same, like, two experiences every YouTuber records, because I don't know, it gets kind of boring. I think a lot of the zombies community, I don't think we know what we want. And I'm sure a lot of people feel this way too. Like, we have half the community clamoring for, we need new original stuff. And then we got some people going like, we need Zombie Chronicles 2. And then Treyarch does the new thing with like Outbreak, and they're like, wait, no, we don't want the new thing. We want the old thing. And it's like, God, it's kind of like the Sonic community. It's like we don't know what we want, and we're constantly stuck in a bunch of infighting, and that sort of thing has sort of turned me off from talking to like that side of things. I used to be part of a Discord server. I think I'm still in there. I don't even know anymore. And it used to be such a positive place for discussions, and it just kind of slowly devolved into either mass like circle jerking and copium or just toxic infighting. And that sucked. I liked it when people were able to talk about like, ooh, what's the next zombies experience, and it was just something to be just like passionate about, and it's just not the same. I realize I went on a bit of a tangent there, but yeah, to put it short, I don't like the new stuff that's coming out, and there's nothing wrong with it, but I don't like how the community is handling it either. So yeah, we have big YouTubers like Mr. Waffle Waffles trying to put a huge logical spin on it. Meanwhile, he's getting clowned on Twitter. I don't know. That's just what I hear from the peeps on Discord. I don't even know. I left that mess a long time ago. I think that's something I think the zombies community needs to do in general. Just leave Twitter, or is it X now? I don't even know. Just leave that mess behind. It's just a mess. Alright, I'm gonna try to switch the topics to something a bit more positive. For one, how much I like this map, Classified. I like that it's a more casual rendition of 5 in a way that it's more approachable. I didn't like how the original was designed, just way too close quarter, and the game just kind of punishing you for playing normally, because Black Ops 1 just had really shit tier like design when it came to their weapons. But in this game, because the damage numbers and the ammo count was not, we had a lot of time to figure that out. it feels a bit more balanced. But I feel that's a bit of a odd statement considering this is Black Ops 4 we're talking about. So yeah, I should probably stop while I'm ahead on that one. But yeah, I don't know why. I think Classified's just a really good just vibe map. I don't want to think too hard and do X, Y, and Z crazy bullshit to have a good time. But I also don't want to be so brain dead that I have nothing to do. Which is something I kind of feel happened when people rave on and on about the Cold War zombies and all that. The Easter eggs in that, it feels so hand-holdy. I feel just not engaged. And I know that people can have different tastes, but I don't know. I just feel like a lot of that magic is just sort of gone. Oh god, I went back and raved on about that sort of thing. And that's a whole different topic, honestly. Like, what is zombies at the end of the day? I remember this was apparently a poll that some YouTubers in the community held. A lot of people genuinely feel that if the game isn't round-based, it's not zombies. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that notion. Because, I mean, all a thing needs to be Call of Duty Zombies is technically just be zombies in Call of Duty, right? At least that's how the logic part of my brain goes, but at the same time, I know what the people who disagree with it mean. I understand where they're coming from. And it kind of sucks to be in this position where I want my game to go back to the way it was to an extent, but then you got all these people who have just no way of moving on from what was and just want the old to come back completely. Like, I don't want another remaster of anything or any even reimaginings. I just want new stuff, but I still want the old style of gameplay. Like, I don't know. I don't think that's too much to ask. And also bring back new characters. I want characters to play as and get attached to. The only reason I'm not having Dempsey scream out all of his lines and all the epic music that comes with this map is for the recording's sake. If I did that, it would be a nightmare to sound edit, and I'm already really bad at that to begin with. But yeah, back to my point. A lot of what gave zombies its like charm, and I know all that stuff is subjective. It's not really like a objective point to bring up, but you know, having characters and it also helps that it's been going on for 8 years. But just this level of, I don't know, this is sort of Treyarch aura, this magic that was just kind of gone after this game, and honestly kind of gone after just, yeah, it was just been kind of gone ever since this game, and it sucks to see. And I'm not going to sit here and say this game is flawless. There are definitely problems, but even amidst all the problems this game has, I would rather go back to this than Cold War or Vanguard. Though I guess Vanguard isn't really saying much. But yeah, even though Cold War is probably technically a superior experience, I'd rather come back to the flawed and passionate art piece than the sad and sanitized, like, but competent, mind you, competent but sanitized corporate product. Now, me saying corporate product and Call of Duty go hand in hand, but that's neither here nor there. But in any case, Zombies was just kind of the zone, this area where not a lot of that predatory monetization stuff and nonsense was going on. It was just kind of this passionate hub where we could just game. It was separate from Call of Duty even. Like, attaching Call of Duty to even this sort of game was sort of superficial, honestly. It was its own identity. You didn't really think, oh, this is like Black Ops 3, but they're zombies. You'd think, oh, this is Der Eisendrache. Oh, this is Gorod Krovi. These experiences held so much identity. We didn't even think about the games they come from, mostly because they stood on their own. But it seems Call of Duty is more focused on making all of its experiences connected into the same core identity of the game. And on one hand, I can understand where they're coming from. Like, it definitely helps to have a more vivid identity for your whole game. But I feel like it kind of takes away from the sort of mystery and awe that came from zombies in the first place. Like, it was its, as I said before, it was its own thing. And when you paint it with the same, you know, sort of style and colors and makeup as the rest of the game, it kind of all blends together. And not in a way that looks appealing, just kind of boring. That's kind of how I felt about Cold War. I didn't feel like I was playing like zombies maps. I felt like I was running around multiplayer maps that happened to have zombies in them. And even the old stuff had that sort of vibe to it. Well, not really. The old stuff was technically that too. Like, I acknowledge that. But the old games did a good enough job of either changing the layout or adding to the atmosphere or how the map even plays to differentiate itself from its multiplayer counterpart to make it feel different and unique. Like, I know that, what was it? Oh shoot, I'm gonna die here, aren't I? I know that God, I can't even think about it. I know that Doris is Nightfire, or what was it? I know it's one of the World at War maps, and if you go back to it, yeah, sure, it has a similar, like, sort of aesthetic, but the layout is completely different, and even the tone and vibe from the map has changed. Yes, they may have reused assets and made a map that's basically just that map, but they did a good enough job, and it makes it its own experience. A lot of the old zombies heads are gone. The people that made Black Ops 3 like what it was, and I'm not saying there aren't devs that, you know, weren't involved in those games that are still there, but I will say a lot of the people that made those major decisions to make those, you know, visions come to fruition, they're no longer even working in the studio. And I'm not saying you can't make a good game without those same heads. You could definitely make something even better, but the problem is, I don't think, you know, publishers like Activision really care too much about that vision. I mean, they're Activision, what do you expect? But that's what's basically caused this huge stunt in the creative process. Because now you can't really let your imagination go wild. Now you have to conform to, like, tight budgets and deadlines to make your half-assed maps come out and, you know, sell those skins. Because that's where all the money for Call of Duty is coming from now. The games are just gateways for people to buy all these packs. There are people who end up spending more money on the packs and the DLC itself than the game as a whole. And I get that's kind of part of the sort of industry now. It's come to be expected that these sort of packs and these microtransactions be larger than the game itself, but I just think it's just kind of a sort of sad state of affairs. And I think it's really hurt the industry more than we realize. God, I really know how to ramble, don't I? Just give me a mic, I'll talk about anything. But yeah, I just wanted to make a video just kind of just chilling and talking about random junk, because, I don't know, I've had a lot on my mind, and if I said this anywhere else, like, say, a Discord or, like, you know, around other Zombies fans, I'd just incite a lot of conflict. I don't want to do that with this video. I'm just getting the thoughts out there, so, I don't know, maybe someone will listen, or maybe consider it. I'm not trying to antagonize people that like things like Outbreak or Vanguard. I'm kind of past that. I don't think it's ever right to judge people for their opinions, and it kind of sucks that the community has fallen so far. But yeah, the purpose of this video was just sort of vibe. But yeah, to you watching this video, how do you feel about this? Are you excited for Modern Warfare Zombies? Do you like where things are going? Please let me know in the comments, honestly. It would really help me out. And also, I'd be happy to respond if you have any counterpoints or would be willing to talk about it. It helps me out, and I'm willing to engage with the community in a way that's more productive, I would say. I'm not going to say names, but I've had some poor experiences with some certain members of the community. And it just kind of sucks to see how far some people have fallen. You know, I just now realized I haven't bought a single perk. Wow. Oh man, time slip would have been really useful right now. Oh well. I'll say this shit pisses me off. I don't know why they thought it was a good idea to freaking pack 5 goddamn times. I don't really hate a lot about this game, but this, I will admit, this does piss me off every time I have to do this. It just breaks the flow of the game. So I actually recently finished a semester of college, and the way that the school works is there are 2 semesters sort of per season. So we work on 8-week semesters, and given that it's a online course, they sort of offer these classes to you, but for a variety of reasons. I personally got the courses and the tuition because of a job I actually have. And I worked for this company for a while, and I qualified for the tuition program. Anyway, my point is, I've been taking these courses, and Jesus Christ, I've been non-stop, like, doing school, like, doing assignment after assignment. I'll play, like, a game or 2 of, like, I don't know, zombies or what have you, just to de-stress, but I haven't really had the time to make an appointment to play with my friends on any of these games. And it really sucks, because, I mean, I would love to play these sort of games like how I did for the Nerds vs. Zombies video. I would love to go back and do that again, but it kind of sucks trying to set everything up, because, you know, my friends all have jobs, and you know, so do I. I also got school, and, you know, everyone's got their own schedules, and it isn't like what it used to be. You know, being a kid, you could just, you know, ask your parents if you wanted your friends to come over and sleep over, you know. Things were just a lot simpler. It was uncommon for your friend, you know, in high school to have a job, so you could always count on being able to hang out with them, or you know, play a game sometime online. Like, you could do those things. And as an adult, when you have like a life to, you know, have to afford it, it kind of sucks trying to schedule everything. Now, I will say, I'm like one of only like 2 people in my friend group, I believe anyway, don't quote me on that like are pursuing school. So I'm usually the one that's always busy, in that regard anyway. I'm usually the one that has a hard time finding the time to do something. So if anything, I would definitely blame myself on that regard. But I mean, I'm not gonna say no to, you know, free schooling. That stuff always comes first. But I'd be lying if I said I, you know, most of the time wasn't wishing I was, you know, either recording videos like this or playing with my friends. Ah, darn. I suck at this game. It's been a while since I've, you know, seriously played this. A few months ago, I would be doing, like, Blood of the Dead Easter egg, like, twice a night. Or at least, a keyword. Oh, okay, attempting it twice a night. That Easter egg is fucking awful. Yeah, now I'm just a filthy casual. God, going down on round 19 on Black Ops 4 on Classified. Pfft. God, I'm such a dweeb. But yeah, about a year ago, you would catch me, like, grinding. Well, when I say 2 years ago, I'd be grinding this game out like crazy. I was one of the few people that actually knew how to, like, train in this game. Because a lot of people complained that the movement mechanics were not very good in this game. That the zombies kind of, like, stagger, run into each other, and have collisions, so it was hard to, like, train them. But I had some tricks. I was, you know, I was a pretty clever guy. I figured things out. Or I just, you know, just adapted and learned how to play. God, I wish this gun was better. It used to be so, like, badass and powerful back in World at War. And even, like, Black Ops 1, kind of. Now it's just unsatisfying, underwhelming. That critique extends to even the Black Ops 3 version. Just kind of feels like not right. Alright, watch them go kaboom. There we go. That's one of my favorite things about this game, actually, that started it. The monkey bombs actually, like, you know, kill the zombies. In the older games, it would just maybe kill one or two of them if you were lucky. It was just used as a distraction, which, I mean, it always did its job well in that department, but I kind of like that all the equipment is reliable and to an extent. I mean, let's admit it, even though it's fun to do, throwing the grenades in World at War kind of felt useless after, like, round 15. So, knowing that there's, you know, that sort of thing you can still do in a game like this, and it would actually kill the zombies, is pretty cool. Yeah, this is why I love this specialist. It's just fun. Freaking fire tornado, air blast. I feel like I'm playing Team Fortress 2. But yeah, you guys got any thoughts about the state of affairs with Call of Duty? Are you excited for the new Modern Warfare? Do you want zombies to return to its roots? Do you think it's already still well within its roots? Like, any opinions will do. I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to discuss about it. I think these sort of conversations are pretty productive in the community. I think we need to have them and understand, you know, people's perspectives, and not just mindlessly argue and just shit talk each other. And I'll say this much, I am not innocent in that regard. I know I've had my points where I have just, I'll either resort to name calling or think that someone's perspective is skewed, but at the end of the day, we all need to know that it's just a game. This is a game, we're all part of this, we all love this, and we need to understand we all love zombies one way or another. So, yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna call it. Thank you guys for listening to this weird ramble. I don't think I'm gonna post any more videos like this. I mean, unless you guys want me to. But I'm thinking I'm gonna try to get another Nerds versus Zombies sort of style video going. I am working on a huge zombies ranking video again. I think I'm gonna archive the old one and actually like go through with a better presentation style. And I don't know, I just wasn't really happy with how the original turned out. But okay, in any case, thank you guys so much for watching. Tune in next time for, I don't know, whatever video I post next. Yeah, leave your thoughts in the comments. Be sure to like, share, all that stuff. I don't normally like call for actions, but I mean, yeah, I'm a small guy and a large platform, so any little bit helps. Peace.